The boys are back in town. The boy band. I love that song.
It's a great song until you just sing it.
Yeah. Okay. Really. So
apologize to America right now.
Your strategy right now, just out of curiosity. So this isn't the Full Court Press. This is the AJ McCall show. My name is on this show. So your strategy right out the gate is to attack me. I have control of all the buttons over here, sir. Just so we're clear.
Listen, even with your bad takes over there and how much that crowd misses you,
all right, you know
I still control the
just
buttons.
to
And I
further
still
drive
give
the
you
show,
mercy.
AJ and McCall at VFX. AJ7 and McCall's out today. Let me ask you this, AJ, just to drive this home. Who sings "The Boys Are Back in Town"?
Oh yeah, that's Styx.
Yeah. Okay. See, point proven. Actually, I got a bone to pick with you. I'm glad you're in here this morning.
Oh wow!
Just a couple weeks ago, we had
Speaking of nitpicking.
AJ on the show to have him explain his lucky shoes that were partially, mostly, whatever he wants to take credit for.
There was a counteract superstition that was done by a person that we will leave unnamed, AJ.
See,
don't blame my shoes on this one.
For those who don't know, AJ has a special set of red shoes that seemingly were tied to the 3-0 start that the Aggies found themselves getting off to.
I now relate that to road games only, actually.
Interesting.
Yes.
So you only helped him on the road, but when we come home where everybody gets to see probably the two Air Force is solid, but the two other best teams that they're going to play, you got no control over that.
No, but the other dude who showed up that we'll leave nameless did show up.
So according to you, just out of curiosity,
yes,
this other individual who shall remain nameless has more impact than your shoes and cost Utah State against Boise State and also against BYU.
Well, yeah, why else would you run a fake punt from your own 23-yard lines? Because that dude showed up. Brain fog kicked in and it hit the coaches.
So just to save him from a mob, because I generally do like this other not to be named person.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I will back up AJ in the fact that we pointed out that he
made that. Yes,
he also did move away from the Valley before the season started, and they got on
and
that
3-0
start.
Guys, I'm back. No, you invented the walkout. You stay out of here.
So AJ is not at all to be blamed then for these last
and
two losses.
And you know what? We're on the road against UNLV here in a couple weeks. I'll be there at Allegiant Stadium, and I'll bring my red shoes, even though the UNLV Rebels are red.
Ooh, Washington State. Hey, did I tell you, by the way, so that Boise State game, real fun fact for everybody. And
there was nothing fun about it, but go ahead.
No, just a fun fact about the game. So it was on national TV. It was on 10 a.m. across the board for
that was an early start,
everywhere. It was on CBS. Yes, it was. I texted my dad because he was like asking me.
I love these conversations.
We talk about sports all the time. And I said, hey, by the way, if you're not watching anything or you have anything special picked out for the noon games and noon back home, Utah State's going to be on national TV.
No,
they're going for 4-0, and I think they've got a chance to win.
You son of a gun.
Then that game was atrocious for Utah State because they didn't perform well at all. And I apologized, man. I was like, I'm sorry. My bad.
Wait, did I say Utah? What I meant is the Army game after the Utah State game.
Literally anything else was better. So I might have had a hand in that one. I said nothing. I said nothing about the BYU game. I was going to stay out of that one.
Smart. Very smart.
All right. Well, we got AJ back in with us. Coming up, we're going to talk about weird things we store on our desk. AJ has taken over 2 different rooms in this building. We'll see if he has anything weird that he lays around. I have storage constantly. Like, that's what tables are meant for. They're spare storage, right? If you can still find the excuse of putting off cleaning for whatever reason, I implore you to continue to do so. But for Ashley and I, my girlfriend, it stopped working because we were like, we're back from vacation and probably not going to take another one anytime soon. We probably had to clean the place up. AJ McCall at VFX. AJ in today with McCall out. And my question was, because I wouldn't say weird, interesting, I would think, things, but like we use tables as catch. I take that back. I use tables as catch-all. Ashley uses the couch as catch-all, which drives me nuts because I'm like, I'm going to sit there. Please don't throw your stuff all over.
Well, maybe she wants to put stuff on the table for her, but you throwing stuff on the table.
It's a fair point.
Yes,
it's a fair point. So let me ask you this. What weird thing do you have that is on your desk? What weird trinket, what weird item, whatever it is sitting on your desk, your table, your catch-all? What do you got?
Yeah, I have a couple of just gift cards from like 4 years ago that are just sitting there that have never been used.
You know, can I tell you, the biggest scam in the world is the gift cards that deteriorate after time. Like they have like a 1 or 2 year limit, and they're like, oh, if you don't use it, we're gonna start taking money away.
Yeah.
It's like, no, screw you, gift card. You don't get
Yeah.
to do that. You're a gift card.
Yeah, what are you doing, restaurant? Can't take the money away.
Actually, one of the things I have on my catch-all table is a tin full of gift cards that we just are supposed to periodically use whenever we feel like it, and I forget that they're there sometime. Here's the thing. So I have a little bucket of trinkets. They have become my good luck charms, but they are the weirdest combination of things. So I keep chips from casinos I go to. I have a little Batman Lego action figure. I have a ping pong ball, but it's an 8-ball ping pong ball. And then I have an 8-ball that used to be a keychain that broke because I won it like at a carnival or something. It was like, here, have this 2-cent thing.
Keep that stuff.
They just became important to me, and they're my good luck trinkets. They sit in this little pink bucket.
But okay, so they're important to you, but they sit in a pink bucket.
Yeah, they're good luck. They're in my house. Where else would I have the good luck?
Good luck, huh? Like what exactly? The Bears?
No,
Huh?
never them.
Huh? The Purdue Boilermakers?
Look,
how's that
listen
going
here.
for you?
Listen here, Patriots.
Okay, you know what? You're pushing a button that you shouldn't push right now if we want to obey FCC rules.
They're good luck, and they are in the place that I spend the most time, my home.
Okay. Do you have any photos like sitting on your couch or on your table or anything like that?
You know, I'm not a big photo
Me
guy.
neither. Me neither.
But we have a wall of photos that Ashley put up of me and my siblings and her siblings. So, yeah. And we got a couple of us that are up on the walls
if
and
it's a cool
stuff.
photo of me, I'll do it. But only if it's of me. If it's of anybody else with me, that's not going on my desk.
So you think like having like an airbrush poster put up or something?
Yeah, of
like
me.
one of those royalty things where you have someone come in and oil paint you?
Bingo.
Okay.
Yep, I'm giving the Captain Ron pose.
There's a confession if I've ever heard one.
We're back to that.
Luckily, we get to pick up from where we were Friday.
Yeah.
'Cause of course, Friday, we have Cache Valley Secrets, and everyone gets to confess. And honestly, you're going to kind of feel bad for what some of these secrets were. It's good to vent or get it off your chest or confess. Whatever it is, you will feel better.
Yeah.
AJ and McCall, Cache Valley Secrets on VFX for the Automatrix Group debate at 8. Like, I have extra shifts this weekend to be able to take the woman I love out for a special weekend. Problem is she dumped me, and now I'm working extra shifts for no reason.
Well, just treat yourself. Go out and get a facial. Get a manicure. Just go out there and just treat yourself.
Go axe throwing and picture her face on the wooden board.
No, that's violent. I'm going more self-care.
You can do both.
Sure.
I didn't say go throw axes at her. Don't stalk her. Don't let the air out of her tires. I didn't say none of that.
Mm-hmm.
You can visualize and then let it go, or write down a bunch of angry words and burn it. It's worked for people I know.
Yeah.
Another confession we got. I found out that people are notified when you list them on Twitter. I've been listing people as interesting and stupid this entire time.
Way to go. I'd like to nominate myself. I have a friend named Darcy. Shout out Darcy. And last year for a radio conference, I have a coworker. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I have a coworker of the exact same name, first and last name. Okay. Which is very unique.
Mm-hmm.
I tagged Darcy in a giveaway for a radio conference thing. Only to realize I tagged the wrong Darcy, and I tagged the Darcy that I went to high school with, and I had to send her a message, and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to tag you, because I hate it when, like, random people that I don't really know tag me in a giveaway. I'm like,
yeah, I hear you.
Unfollow. But I apologized to her, and she's like, well, now I have to use you as my giveaway tag person, so we've done this, like, back and forth thing, which I'm good with. I'm like, yeah, totally, you know? And I was like, I swear I'll put all the good vibes in there. I want you to go to Alaska. So, yes.
Yeah, that's fair. Another confession. You can message us, Utah's VFX, on our social media, text 68255. Just start your text with VFX. My boss told me to check out the situation in the restroom. Someone had pooped their pants, rolled their underwear into a ball, and had the audacity to write they were sorry in Sharpie on the wall.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Get out.
I am so happy. No offense to those that have. I'm not saying it's a bad job. I'm just so glad I've never worked at a gas station.
Yeah.
Because after McCall and I hearing some of the stories about how people absolutely disrespect the bathrooms, I was like, I couldn't do it.
No.
Like, no.
Awful.
You just quit. I'm sorry. You just quit at that. Like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't get paid enough to deal with this garbage.
No.
Ugh. While I was at the store today with my mom and baby brother, a guy started to talk to me. Just as he went to give me his number, my mom handed me my brother and said, "Here's your son. Your AA meeting's in an hour. Let's go."
That's hilarious.
Mom!
Go, Mom, go.
What are the odds, percentage-wise, as a girl? What are the odds that dude had a bad vibe? Like 1 to 10.
Oh, 10.
10?
Mom would not do that if that wasn't the case.
When does the line cross? Because it got to the point, I feel like, where with my mom, where she would have done that if the roles were reversed, like it was me. And then at some point, I don't know when it was, sometime like late college, it was all of a sudden like my mom was like, "Are you like ever gonna settle down? Like we'd like some grandkids if you would start working on that. Like stop being alone forever. That would be great."
Like, no, Mom.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not out here trying to find that. My bad. I'm sorry I'm inconveniencing you.
No, Mom. I'm not going to do it.
Speaking of which, next confession.
Perfect.
I caught my mother-in-law trying to plant a GPS tracker on my car.
Yep, get out. That's crazy. That's crazy town.
I have a family member who did it to a kid of their own.
No.
And my response was, where are they going to go?
Yeah.
In all honesty, they ain't running drugs south of Mexico. What do you think they're doing? Like, what is the valid excuse for doing that? Where are they actually going to go?
Yeah, that's bad.
Another confession. I brought my boyfriend to my house for the first time. He freaked out when he saw my cat and had to leave because he's allergic. I've posted many pictures of my cat on Instagram, but he didn't say anything about his allergy because he thought it was just a random cat.
She said boyfriend?
Yes.
What an idiot.
Seriously.
No, he's done.
How is his conclusion? She's holding a cat in pictures, I'm assuming.
On Instagram, you're dating and you haven't asked that question?
But he's like, oh, she just finds like the same random cat constantly?
Wow, that's so nice. Convenient. Sorry, sweetie, you're better off without him. He doesn't take any kind of context clues at all.
That is a level of oblivious that should not exist. Look, don't get me wrong. Men are dense, but good gosh.
It would be something along the lines of, "Oh my gosh, I have a bloody nose." She's holding her nose, and he's like, "Why are you getting blood on my seats? What's wrong with you?" The same guy.
Do you feel like when you were dating, you got a lovely, wonderful wife now, but do you feel like when you were dating, you were really dense? Like there was a lot of context clues you didn't pick up on right away?
Well, yes. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I was trying to find a way to skirt around that and not confess, but yes.
It's okay. It's just men. We don't pick up the same kind of context clues that women lay down. It's fine.
Sometimes we need to explain to us like we're 5-year-olds.
It would make things a lot easier.
Yes, it would. We don't get yelled at as much.
Okay, let me just tell you this, so that we found out, or AJ passed the buck, whichever way you want to look at it, as to who's responsible for the winning streak ending for the Aggies. I want to share, this is a breaking, probably fits a little bit better on AJ's show when he's on the Full Court Press on the Fan, but said person's dad offered a last resort for dealing once and for all for that person's possible jinx.
Okay.
I will tell you what it is coming up in about 6 minutes.
Oh.
Of course, we're going to get ready for Florida or Not, which AJ, for the record,
Undefeated.
I'll knock on wood because I don't want to jinx him, has not lost. So AJ passed the buck when it came to being responsible for Utah State's winning streak coming to an end. But, as he said, there's someone else who showed up to both the Boise State and the BYU game, and they are solely responsible. They're the jinx,
Yes.
right?
It's not me.
Okay.
I wore my shoes. I did my job.
AJ and McCall on VFX. AJ filling in with McCall gone. Well, Cody's dad texted me, and here's what he said. He said, "I say we fly Cody out to the UNLV game. If the Aggies lose, Cody can never go to another USU game. He's the official jinx." What do you say?
No, he was the official jinx 2 weeks ago when we lost to Boise State.
Yeah, but you said your shoes work best on the road, so this
That's
would be the
okay.
ultimate test of him
Actually,
being
that
a
is
jinx
true.
in your shoes.
That is 100% true.
Plus, it's coming from Cody's dad.
And by the way, I think I was on pace to get me some brand new shoes, courtesy of Utah State Athletics, until I may or may not have hit a barrier up on the press box area, which may have cost me a couple hundred presidential flashcards. So that might go into my shoe bank.
That's not helping your case in terms of not being the jinx.
No,
just so we're clear.
that definitely didn't
Running
help.
into a non-movable barrier is not helping. Just so we're clear.
Dude. Oh, man. Yeah, let's do it. Fly him out.
Okay. I'll text
We're
them.
playing the worst team in the Mountain West Conference coming up. The worst team.
Off a bye. Let's continue
Off
to
a
ramp
bye.
up the stakes of this jinx by putting more pressure.
We are. Our second team is better than their first
Oh,
team.
here we go. All right, so that's the deal. Now, since Cody has been labeled, our former intern, the jinx, we're going to test it against AJ's super powerful shoes, which apparently get their power on the
We're gonna
road.
find out who's gonna win this
And
dang thing.
we're gonna find out if he actually is the Jinx. It is your last chance this week to win tickets to the Cache Valley Parade of Homes. We've got a few pairs here, and of course, this weekend is the last weekend for it. So put all your hopes and prayers in Aj for the Stranger Bridgerland, Florida, not with AJ McCall at VFX. Of course, Aj filling in with McCall out, which means I've got to do the stories.
Allow your heavenly prayers into my satanic brain.
Wow, okay. I mean, you might need that kind of mindset, to be honest, play Florida or not. So here's the headlines. Story number 1, a McDonald's worker was fired after getting savage revenge on a customer.
Oh.
Customer got mad at them. They decided, oh, you wanted this McFlurry? The ice cream machine was actually working for once, so then they dumped sweet and sour sauce on it.
Flavor.
No,
Thoughtful.
it's least favorite of the McDonald's dipping sauces. Nominee number 2, police are searching for a man who stole dirty diapers from a daycare.
Reasons could be odd.
We're going to get into that. I don't want to, but we're going to. I don't want to, but we're going to. And then nominee number 3, a man was arrested after posting an ad on Facebook Marketplace last week where he had a giant bag of meth in the background.
Shit. See, there we go. That's what I'm talking. There we go.
Nobody said they were intelligent, Aj.
Yeah,
Clearly, right?
Didn't have to. Cool.
You would think at some point, Aj, like, there's enough stories out there. There's enough movies based on it. Just be nice to the servers at fast food places, right?
Goes a long ways in grid service.
AJ and McCall on VFX. Aj filling in with McCall out, which means I have the stories. Aj's playing with the team. And real quick, let's just ask Chris, what story did you think initially?
1.
Interesting. I don't want to say one way or the other because, look, I'm cheering for you to win because this is the side I'm normally on.
Are you, though?
I'm normally
Are
on that
you?
side. I am. So he thinks story number 1. Let's just get into it. How about that? Before you get all testy with me. How about you get mad at the people who deserve it? So a customer at McDonald's apparently had a very, very poor attitude with a McDonald's worker who decided that apparently just one time, the ice cream machine was working, so they were going to make a some kind of McFlurry, and instead of putting caramel on top, they decided to pour sweet and sour sauce, which looks, ironically enough, like the same color. Gross, by the way.
One word. Yummy.
No, don't. What sauce do you get with your nuggets when you go?
I don't do sauce.
What do you do?
Nothing. I don't do sauce with nuggets.
Okay, sorry, I didn't realize we were playing with a sociopath. And the whole reason we know about this is, look, while I may or may not support a little bit of vengeance because people are jerks to fast food workers, recorded the whole thing and put it on the internet.
Oh,
yeah. Story number 2, police are searching for a man who allegedly took dirty diapers from a daycare last week. Police allege the man attended a daycare center in the area multiple times and removed soiled diapers from the garbage bin. He was last seen riding a mountain bike with said dirty diapers in hand, and the question just simply has to be, why?
Yeah, that doesn't ever gel with me. Can you mean catching the guy? Sir, can you please put down the dirty diapers?
What is his plan here? Like, what?
Hey, you can use good pranks. Let's talk about it. Come on.
Ooh, let's not put that out there. I don't want to put that in the universe for anybody. Ugh.
Get naughty with the body.
Story number 3. Look, when there's no denying that there are people that are dumb on the internet, but man, they've made criminals easier to catch. A man was arrested. He posted an ad on the Facebook Marketplace last week. He was trying to sell a catalytic converter on the Marketplace, which is also red flag number 2 because you usually end up with those because you stole them. But it was easy for police to be able to track down and figure out whether he stole it or not because in the background of his picture, there was a giant bag of meth along with a syringe. Congratulations, man. You gave them all the evidence they ever needed.
Is this you? No. Is this the meth? No. Is that your syringe? No.
How did you even ever? I found it. I found it. Side of the road has found it. My brother had his catalytic converter stolen once.
Really?
He had it stolen off of his car once.
People will do anything.
Which, to me, always raises an interesting question. Like, I'm always astounded by those because it doesn't seem like a crime that's committed in a, like, quiet fashion. And I'm like, how did no one, like, notice?
Yeah, how did no one see it?
Or whatever.
Exactly.
So to give you a little bit of help here, Jay, Chris, what one did you want to go with?
I'm going to go with story number 1.
So Chris still likes story number 1, Aj. What are you thinking?
I'm going to go with Chris on this one. Just because I'm curious, and I think I might be going through the McDonald's drive through today to get me
so
McFlurry with sweetened.
No, do not.
Yeah.
Do not.
No, Chris, I think we're on the same page here. We're gonna go story number 1. Final answer.
Okay.
So you said that. Please tell me, actually, before we get to this, I for your safety, you're really not actually going to do that, right? You're not going to get ice cream with
Why
sweet and sour
not?
sauce? Well, I hope this doesn't make it worse. This probably locks it in, though. But yes, it is story number one.
All right.
I think that means you actually have to get it.
And
now.
I think we should go celebrate together.
Ugh. Well, Chris, that's up to you if you want to get that disgusting combination. But you did get a pair of Cache Valley Parade of Homes tickets. Hang on the line. We'll get all your information and get you hooked up.
Okay.
No, please
Come
don't.
on.
How can you not
Come
get the sauce on the
on.
nuggets, but you're going to get it on a
Mandate.
Blizzard?
Mandate. You and me.
Gross. Hard pass.
McFlurry.
Let's be honest. Are there even any McDonald's ice cream machines working in
You
the valley
get the
right now?
sweet, I'll get the sour. And 2 straws, 1 McFlurry.
Congratulations to Chris. He wins Stranger Bridgeland, Florida, not on VFX. Audrey, let me ask you this. Who is the messier of the two in your house, you or your wife?
Oh, she is, without question.
Okay, well, if she potentially causes you injury, I just found out you could sue her. Might just be all the initiative you need to get a messy partner to be just a little bit cleaner, though I don't know that there's a way to come back from saying, like, hey, by the way, I'm going to sue you. AJ McCall at VFX, AJ filling in for McCall. Bonus Florida not. I would say I would not define myself as a slob, but I'm a bit messy.
Are you?
That being said, I
You
think
throw your stuff all on the table, toys you had from when you were 5, and you just chuck them on the table where that's where your dinner goes. But no, not for AJ.
not that table. I have coffee tables, small ones, shin high tables. But they're still not off the floor, or they still are off the floor. I think Ashley is the more detrimental, messy one. I think we're
Don't
both
you
messy.
dare blame that angel of a gal.
But the thing is, apparently, a couple years ago, a dude was carrying a box to the basement for his fiance.
Okay.
He tripped over her shoes,
Okay.
fell down the stairs,
Okay.
and then tried to sue her.
Do they have joint bank accounts?
That's a good question.
Because if they do, he's just going to be emptying money out of account and back into that same account. Just for that dude's
Interesting.
info.
I'm kind of curious as to why you know that information. But anyway, so he tried to sue her. This is several years ago, and a court ruled that he can't sue her. But
Why?
now, I'm not, because it doesn't make any sense, actually. But they got married since then, so they made it through the
What?
adversity, I guess. Yeah.
What?
He tried to sue her. Judge said no, and then they got married. So he had several broken bones. He had over $80,000 in medical bills. Like, dude was not feeling good, right? So he tried to sue her. Judge said it created dangerous conditions at home and failed his duty as a host to protect social guests, right? This past Thursday, it was thrown out because the court ruled that Judy's shoes were open and obvious, and a person taking precautions would have seen them.
Okay, wait, time out. I'm sorry, rewind. So he goes to sue her, can't sue her. Hey, babe, love you. Do you want to get married? Yes.
Yes.
Great. Hey, by the way, we're going to go back to the lawsuit. I'm not done with you yet. Hold on.
Yeah, because like if it was thrown out, the only reason for there to be a decision made this past week, right, is he still had to be trying something.
On again, off again, back on again. Sounds like a regular relationship here in America. Yeah, okay.
Good gosh. Also, can I just say, like,
Yeah.
not a good idea to sue your significant other if you have long-term plans with him. But like
Or
saying that the shoes are open and obvious, like
Yeah.
it's your own home. Who
Oh,
pays?
come on.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah. Like, if there's some stupid thing sticking out that I can't see because I'm looking ahead, all right, and I'm looking towards where I'm walking and not looking down at the ground, then, and I step on it and I get hurt, that's not my fault.
I
That's
think
the person who put it there.
Yeah.
That's their fault.
who leaves their shoes on stairs anyway?
Yeah, like that's another. I mean, what are you, 5? If it's your kid, I get it. It happens. If you're 20 and above.
Not even that. But this is with the caveat. Ajay and I both agree it is not a good idea to sue your significant other.
No.
But I'm just saying, I think there's a little bit more room here than this judge saying, like, you should have seen the shoes,
Come
bro.
on, open your eyes.
I think you're being a little bit presumptuous there, Judge. Hey, you know how most boys, and I'm sure girls too, but I know most boys, one of our common dreams is at some point to be a professional football player, some kind of athlete,
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Height usually a big factor in that, right?
You son of a.
There's a solution. There's a
You
solution.
better have a dang good one. That was mean.
There's a solution. I don't know that you're going to want to pay the price for it, but there's a solution.
I'll pay whatever it takes. Feed me the ball.
I want to be very clear here because I know
better
Ajay
be.
is a very beloved figure in the Valley, and everyone's like, oh, okay, AJ, cheap shot bringing up the height
Really?
surgery.
Have you
when
listened
Ajay
to the
fills
full
in.
court press? Because I'm pretty sure that whole text line is Hey, where's AJ? Is AJ coming back? Is AJ there today?
I mean, they can both be true. We can both be beloved figures in the Valley. AJ McCall at VFX, AJ subbing in. But McCall and I stumbled across this actually Friday. We were going to talk about it one way or the other because it is, to me, fascinating that men are paying $76,000 for limb extending surgery.
Details, please.
So what happens is your legs are broken, then nails and screws are inserted to help you grow, and you can add several inches as a cosmetic procedure.
But here's the thing. When you're 5'3", several inches don't get you very far. Now, if you're 5'8", you've got some possibilities and opportunities. But when you go from 5'3" to 5'8" or 5'9", you're still in the exact same boat. It's not good enough.
I'll defer to I will defer to you. It seems like the magic number for men is 6 feet flat. You got to try and cross that threshold.
For anything.
Yeah.
To play basketball, to play baseball, to be able to date cute gals, to be able to get onto the cool roller coaster rides, you got to be 6 feet all of a sudden. I don't know why that has to be the bar set. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all about
No, not
it.
at all. Of course not. I just
$76,000?
$76,000. It takes a few hours because basically they break your bones. They break your bones. They help them grow.
Dude.
You can grow up to 5 to 6 inches.
Yeah, see, it's not worth it for me.
And then it takes, of course, weeks of physical therapy because, they break your bones, and also you probably have to adjust to the new height.
Dude, I'd rather just wear stillets or whatever those are called and walk
Ajay's
on
a pumps
those.
kind of guy.
Okay. I call him the fetch down.
That was uncalled for.
Yeah, it was.
So fun fact, I have never broken a bone in my life, right?
Why would you do that?
I don't think I would. Like, I'm 6'1", 1.5.
You were 6'1" till now.
I mean, if I had 5, 6 inches, Ajay, I'm 6'6".
Oh, you're not working here. No, man. Nope. You're the starting guard for the New York Jets offensive line, and they could use you right now
I'm just saying,
for so many reasons.
6'6" is a magic
Dude,
number.
6'6", man. You're getting somewhere in
Ooh.
life.
The funny thing is, so it's not new technology, and I had heard about it.
Would you do it, though, like break both your legs and have to relearn almost to walk?
So, like, it's a cosmetic surgery. So generally, the reason for cosmetic surgery is to build self-confidence and all that. And so I totally get that.
Yeah.
I just, like, man, I don't know what the recovery rate is for, like, liposuction or whatever the technical term is for boob jobs. I can't think of it, so I'm just gonna say boob jobs. But I'd imagine, like, it's not pleasant, but it's not like gonna hinder the next couple weeks, right? Like, you're not gonna feel good, but you can still walk around and take care of yourself. You break both of your legs,
Yeah.
like, you're out of commission for a minute.
Okay, sir, we're going to just break both your legs right now and then start working on you. It just doesn't sound comfortable to me.
It's not new technology, but we
And
saw
again-
someone on Instagram share that somebody got the surgery, and I was like, wait, this is actually, like, people are doing this? What?
Did you see the aftermath of him?
Yeah, I've seen the before and after pictures. Like, they're towering over the doctor, who, ironically enough, the picture of the doctor I've seen under 6 foot himself. So
See, but again, going from 5'3" to 5'8" is nothing, but now going from 6 foot to 6'6",
that's something.
it gets
That's
you
something-
somewhere.
That's something to work. I got college eligibility left.
Hey, I'll go get us a McFlurry with sweet and sour. You break both your legs, get surgery, and we will be on our way, my friend.
68255, the number to text. Start your text with VFX if you got an opinion on the surgery thing, because it's just gives me.
It's
Just
not
the
for
thought-
everybody.
The thought of breaking your leg, just go. The doctor be like, "All right, ready for surgery? Here's the sledgehammer." Doesn't
Right
feel
leg
good.
up, bam.
Doesn't feel good. Monday means the start of Park Narcs. They're up on our social media. Let us poke some fun at them and decide who we think is the worst in Cache Valley. It's always nice if you can't tell. Ajay, you sound like you got a little bit of pent up rage. USU stuff? Is that what it is?
yeah, a
That's
lot
what
of
is?
it.
All right, that's what I thought. Well, you can have no problem whatsoever taking it out on these jerks.
Yes.
AJ and McCall on VFX. Ajay filling in for McCall. She out today. You know what gives us the shivers is, Ajay, we're still talking about that leg surgery.
Oh, dude. It's just,
Choosing to break your legs.
but it's worth it to go from 6 foot to 6'6" for you, AJ. It's not
I'll
worth it
consider
for
it.
me to go
I'll
for the
consider it.
5'8". 5'8" gets me nowhere.
What also gives me the shivers, well, actually, a few more injuries, which we'll get to. But first, we've got to talk about these Park Narc nominees. Nominee number 1 has decided that not only is that stripy rectangle, both of our nominees have decided to park in it, right? So even in that regard, nominee number 1 not only decided to park there, they took the time to do so. And we know that because they backed into it. They backed into the rectangle as the lines across it that say, hey, don't park here. These are for people to have some extra space in case they need it, to get the ramps down or to park side, whatever it is. Number 2 decided to park in that same stripy rectangle, but they were apparently in a hurry because there's 2 other vehicles, one on either side, and they parked right in between them. And again, it is space that is meant for somebody else.
That's like a don't park here, right? Like, do you need to put the red circle with the line through that says don't?
Some kind of jettison
Park here
thing, like it just shoots them up in the air.
Like,
away.
seriously, okay, when you see those lines, what gives you the thought that, oh, I should park here? Even for the blue car, which is actually, there's no cars around it there's no cars around it.
No, but it took the time to back into it. Like, it was like, oh,
See,
don't mind me.
that's just egotistical.
Right?
That's just, I've got a blue car and I can park wherever the fetch I want.
The question is, which one offends you most, Ajay? The guy who took the time
Oh,
to
no,
park
bottom
backwards?
the white car.
Or that one who just
Squeezing in between 2
inconvenienced
cars.
so many people.
Can't find a parking spot. Don't want to walk the extra 10 yards. So I'm going to park right here.
Vote for which one annoys you the most. You can find them on Facebook or you can find them on our Instagram story, Utah's VFX for both. Which nominee annoys you the most? So you and I have already gotten the shivers, Ajay, because we've thought about our legs being chosen to be broken. Like, we actively done that. But I don't know about you, and I don't want to speak for you. I am not a manly man whatsoever. I don't know anything about cars. I can't change my oil. I'm not handy in any capacity whatsoever. So I often find myself trying to find ways to defend my man card. And one way that
This ought to be good.
I think I can group all men together in this is that we try to act tough, right? We don't go to the doctor. We'll fix it. We'll
This ought to
staple it
be
together. It'll be
good.
fine, right? Well, I wouldn't say I have a high tolerance.
Look at your face.
I wouldn't say I have a high tolerance for pain, but I did once upon a time try to solve something with just a threading needle.
Yep. Sounds about right.
I know with men it's a big deal, but I'm sure plenty of people resist going to the doctor. Like with you, is it you pretty quick to go to the doctor, or is it like last resort?
Oh, it's last resort.
Yeah, me too. AJ and McCall at VFX, Ajay filling in. And so what I wanted to get to is I am not a manly man whatsoever. I'm not outdoorsy. I don't know anything about cars. I'm not handy whatsoever. Do not count. Like in your basic survival situation, unless you want a good laugh or someone to be a distraction, I'm not your guy.
Really?
Not at all. But that doesn't mean that I can't lean into certain manly tendencies, which is I don't like going to the doctor. But the other thing is occasionally I have been known to try and, prove my toughness.
Explain.
So have you ever had something that happened, maybe a minor injury or something you tried to resolve yourself, pull a tooth out, whatever? So for me, when I first got my lip pierced, about a month later was my brother's wedding, and he asked me to take it out for the wedding photos. And I said, it's no big deal. It's your wedding.
Fair enough.
I love him to death. I might not have done it for everybody else, but I was like, yeah, not a question. So the problem is that it was so freshly pierced that having it out I had it out for 24 hours. It started to heal. So I could not put my lip ring back in. So I've seen movies. All right, who's got a threading needle?
Stop it.
I have a video of me trying to put the
AJ.
needle through. It had healed to the point I couldn't put the needle through, so I could just move my lip up and down with this needle, which, by the way, wasn't really that painful. But I was like, I'm going to do it. Let's do it. I had to go into a tattoo and piercing shop, by the way. What they did is what she calls re-stretched it. And they took, I swear to goodness, it looked like a paper clip unfolded, put a little bit of lube on it, and then they just ran a circle around to stretch it back out and then put the piercing back in. Super uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm going to be straight up with you. I honestly think I've at least torn cartilage in my knee.
Oof.
I think I have a damaged hip. I've been through like 6 concussions, and I haven't took care of any of them properly.
You're just falling apart at the seams.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Okay.
like one time, I fell into some barbed wire and carved my arm pretty deep, and just like bandaged it or whatever. So I'm sure I have an infection in my arm somewhere in that point. Like I avoid the doctor at all costs, and
I
I'm
was one
pretty sure.
story. I just I'm a prisoner of war, so I got a couple things that happen. My bad.
Like I'm pretty close to
Good
dying.
gosh.
But you're right though. Us men are like, yeah, we can just take care of it ourselves. Now, about 99.9% of us aren't as dumb as you are and thread our own lip with a needle.
I tried to.
I mean, come on, AJ. Florida or not, hello, how are you? My name's AJ Knight.
Look, it wasn't the most technical thing when I went in and they put some glob on a paper clip and like, here you go, and then just ran it through. Like that's what they ended up doing anyway. Which in all honesty,
but I
worse.
can do it. Here's a needle. Yeah, that sounds about healthy. Cool. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Actually, by the way, I can't give you a lot of grief on the fixing because I can't. I can change my own oil.
I can change the tire. I've done that before.
Sort of change a tire. I can't really build unless you give me like Legos. If it's Legos, we're in. I'm all in.
Yep. Unless there's set plans like something from IKEA, no use to
Fisher
you.
Price cabin logs, yes.
I'm manpower and laughs. That's what I'm there for. Inappropriate comments and manpower. That's all I can do.
Inappropriate comments.
All I can do.
That's what she said. Jokes.
Yeah, that's what I've got. Speaking of challenges to our masculinity, actually, women, do you find yourself in the same place? Because actually, to me, Ashley's a little bit in the same place. She didn't like going to the doctor either. 2 years ago, she tore a muscle in her back. And it took a week of her like not being able to move before I was finally like, you got to go ask someone what happened. Like this is not normal.
Yeah.
So she's in the same boat. But ladies, you find yourself on par or more so with your husbands when it comes to like, no, I'll deal with it myself. It's fine. I don't need to go to the doctor. 68255.
I'm getting grief for not being able to change a tire, by the way. What the heck? Come on.
I'll take it. Like if they give it to you, they got to give it to me because I'm not great at all. I can figure out a tire.
I'm not going to let a car fall on my head. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's smart. 68255, the number to text. Start your text with VFX. Speaking, though, of challenges to our, let's say, masculinity, quote unquote, as it were, I'm actually glad you're here, Ajay, because I have a question for you. So I made no bones about shopping for an engagement ring, and before anybody gets super pump the brakes, I don't have it. I have not bought it, and that's actually what I want to ask you about because, of course, you were married to a very, very lovely lady. And part of the holdup has been an own mental block of mine. So we'll see what you have to say about it.
We're going to fix this and we're going to move on.
Oh, boy. Ajay, nice enough to fill in with McCall out, and he is married, and thank goodness he's here because actually I need some guy-to-guy advice here.
Dr. Phil at your service.
Though knowing you, you'll just shout at me.
No, I won't.
AJ and McCall at VFX. So you're married to a very lovely lady. I've been dating my girlfriend Ashley for now over 4 years.
Okay.
So, of course, especially since I live in the state of Utah, the second we were dating more than 4 days, people are like,
when you get married.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Shame on the state, yes.
Yeah. So, past 4 years, it's fair. I get it. It's reasonable this long for people to ask me that question.
Yes.
So, at the beginning of the year, I decided that I was ready to go look, and then we turned in this whole thing, and she came, and we designed a few, and I have one picked out that she has no idea what it looks like, but she knows that we picked out because it was just, we made it a us thing. It was cool. And so, I had this idea that sometime this year I was going to buy it and set it aside and wait for my moment to, get down on one knee. The issue is, as life happens sometimes, like it's just seems like thing after thing this year has challenged me financially in terms of going and paying for it. The thing is, Jarek has been super great. He's been super patient with me. He was awesome helping me design it. And he said, like, we have a payment plan that can help you out. My thing is, like, I just want to buy it all at once. Like, here's the money, give it to me and done. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my financial attitude or my just masculinity being threatened for whatever stupid reason. But am I crazy to think like for whatever that it come to me that I'm like, I'm going to buy it when I have it all at once and be like, yes, I bought it, as opposed to putting it on putting it on layaway. It feels like just for whatever reason, some reason in my head cheapens it. Oh, he's taking off his jacket. Oh, here we go. Hit me, oh Szechuan.
AJ, there comes a point in a man's life where they need to find the Ritz crackers and be a man, okay? And this would be that point. Payment plans are not, do you have a payment plan for a car? Yes. Do you have a payment plan for your Hulu? Yes. Do you have a payment plan for your couch? Probably.
Man, the couch is expensive. Yes.
Okay, and this is, let's be honest, it's a matter of life or death, okay? And this beautiful, beautiful gal, this girlfriend
Lovely
who is
lady.
just an angel on high that you've been able to date for this long.
I know, right? Lucky me. Like,
Without
how?
putting the the Cracker Jack box ring on the finger.
Okay.
We
Didn't need the shot taken at whatever engagement ring I picked out.
We need to just tell you, on
Suck it
behalf of all the VFX wonderful listeners and faithful listeners of them all,
Suck
go
it
buy
up.
the damn ring and go propose to her already. My goodness.
Hey, can I ask you? Did you know? Like when you bought the ring, did you know how you were going to propose, or did you come up with it kind of on the fly?
Did you ever hear that story?
I have not.
Okay, we have just a minute here.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
I was actually going to go propose on the Utah Jazz court, like middle center court, because I was
All right.
working for,
Yeah.
in Salt Lake Radio for the Jazz. And
Yeah.
so I had it all planned out, talked to the correct people, security and everything, we were set to go. Day before the proposal is supposed to happen, the president of the building stops me and says, hey, by the way, you're not going to be able to do it. Rocky Mountain League, or we have a Rocky Mountain Summer League coming in,
Oh,
and we
jeez.
got to what is that word? Reinvent? No.
Reconfigure.
No, reinnovate. I can't remember what the word is, man. In India, it's reinnovate. And so we were going to reinnovate the court, and so I wasn't able to propose on it. And so one day, less than 24 hours, I had to totally come up with a new plan. And it ended up being a crappy proposal. Like, she said yes because she didn't have any other options. But, I mean, she said yes anyway, so whoopity-daw. It just ended up being a really crappy ordeal.
Oh, I feel for you, buddy. You put all that work in, come up with something cool like that last second.
Hey, and if the payment plan's less than like a year, what? Come on, AJ.
Okay, wait. This is not back on me. I accepted your criticism.
No, we're going back to you.
Right.
We
I
want to
got-
see you get married.
Yeah. I got the advice. Suck it up and be a man. I heard you. Course is a raging river. I got it.
Ashley, text into 6865658.
68255. Stop trying to confuse people. Actually, speaking of which, let me ask you this. Speaking of couples, we're going to get into costumes because, 'tis the season. And also, why are you paranoid? What is it that gets you? And you may be saying right now, like Ajay is, I'm not paranoid about anything. I'll prove you wrong. You are. There's something out there. Audrey's trying to sit here and tell me.
Did you just call me Audrey?
I said Ajay.
You said Audrey.
I didn't.
Text
Trying to
into 68351.
It's 68255. Stop trying to confuse people. You guys start your text with VFX. Ajay's trying to tell me that people don't get paranoid. He's not paranoid. Not paranoid about a thing. I can prove it to you that you're wrong. AJ and McCall for the Automatrix Group debate at 8 on VFX. Ajay in for McCall.
This ought to be a good debate.
What do you do when you flip the lights off and you got to go upstairs?
Okay. Now we're just taking little pot shots.
It's not
here.
a pot shot.
What's your problem?
It's not a pot
What did
shot.
I do to you this morning?
Answer the question. What do you do when you turn the light off and you have to go up the stairs?
I sprint.
Exactly.
I need the exercise.
Look, I'm not going to comment on that. I'm a big boy, too. I'm not going to comment on that. But my point is, you are. You know what I do each day when I go out to work? Because generally, at 5 in the morning, it's dark. I make sure to look in my back seat that nothing is in there before I get in my car.
Okay. I may or may not have watched a scary movie yesterday, and then when I got into my car and it was pure dark, I checked the back seat to make sure nobody was laying in the car.
Yeah. Every
'Cause
time.
I didn't lock it.
When I walk by my driver's window, every time I look in the back seat to make sure there's nothing in there before I get
Okay.
into my car.
Do you want to hear a great
I
story?
absolutely would love to hear a great story.
This is going to totally prove my whole entire theory wrong, and I'm about to just confess everything. But so be it. You know what? You started it. I'll finish it. So I help out with the radio broadcast, for football games.
Right, yeah.
And my job is to go down to the sideline at halftime, hand the mic to coach, ask him a couple questions about, the game, and then go from there. I got all the way down to the field, and I was like, did I turn our wireless mic on? Like the mic that I have in my hand. And you have to turn it on from the press box. I ran down to the field, sat there, and I was like, did I turn the wireless mic on? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. Maybe I did. So then guess what I did? I sprinted all the way up back to the top of the press box just to find out that everything was just fine, then sprinted all the way back down to the field, made it before half, thank goodness. Another story, that wreck I was talking about is because I thought I forgot my gear. And I was like, wait, did I forget my gear? Did I bring it? No, I brought it. Yes, I did. Turned around, swung right into the barrier. Paranoia will get you.
So I just want to point out, Ajay was vehement that he was not paranoid. It just clearly might be the most paranoid
You know
person
what?
in the
You
Cache
are a
Valley.
jerk. What did I do to you, huh?
So speaking of football, so Fridays, it exists in my household. So Fridays I do high school broadcasts, right? I do Mountain Crest.
Do a great job.
Thank you. So they're later-ish evenings. It's dark, right?
Yeah.
So Ashley's at home. She usually does homework or whatever because she's got part of the night to herself while I'm out in Hiram. Every time I come home, and I'm good with locking the doors. Whenever I'm at home, like this afternoon, I'll go home, doors locked.
Yep.
I'm not one of you Utah people who's like, it's fine. It's all rainbows and butterflies. But Ashley will lock the door. She'll turn the alarm system on. She'll cuddle up on her blanket because she's just. I think she's borderline afraid of the dark. I think she is borderline afraid of the dark.
Why are you bringing Ashley in? You have issues too. That's probably you. You grab your stuffed teddy bear.
I admit that I'm paranoid. I talked about.
I do.
I run up the stairs. I check my back seat. We have definitely a saw-looking room in our basement that I do not like being down around. I may pick up my step when I go down there by myself in the dark. I'm totally, yeah, absolutely.
Dude, for some reason, while I was sitting there playing video games late last night, some creepy movie creeped into my head. And there was a hallway light on, so I was fine. But then this movie starts creeping into my head. So then I get up and I turn on every single dang light downstairs, every light possible.
Just to be safe.
Turned on the volume, cranked it up loud. Yeah, dude, I can't do this anymore.
You know, what's funny is that the paranoia does not kick in when it comes to setting things on fire. Almost again last night, I set a pizza box on fire. Did not realize it was in the oven when I went to preheat it to make
How
cornbread.
in the world, AJ?
I thought they were gone. I legitimately thought we ate all the cinnamon twists, but we didn't.
See, that was just stupidity.
Look, maybe.
Admit it right now.
Maybe it is.
Maybe.
68255, the number to text. Start your text with VFX. What are you paranoid about? Do not lie and say you aren't. We all have something. The dark one, the stairs, the back of the car.
Oh, listen, you want to get everybody's confessions now.
Just add them to the
I don't want to be the only
Just add them to the
one.
repertoire. Look, Ajay already gave me some advice about sucking it up and being a man when it came to buying an engagement ring. But I had a question about
A
you
little
because
harsh.
it's in spooky season. What about couples costumes? 'Tis the season, and of course, if you have someone special, I would imagine at some point in your life you've been asked about doing a couple's costume. AJ McCall at VFX for the Automatrix Group debate at 8. Ajay filling in. And Ajay, have you ever done a couple costume with your lovely, lovely wife?
Yeah, I bet you'd like to know the little details there, huh? You skeevy little perv. No, this one's going to stay
Okay.
private. But no.
It was just a simple yes or no. You didn't
I
tell
know
me
where
what it
you're
is.
going with this.
Okay,
and,
now you're making it weird.
Hey, no, those are illegal. Those are banned.
Illegal.
Those are hideous. They're dumb. Like, okay, when we say couple costumes, are we talking about like the big ones where one's got to be the bum and one's got to be the head, and like that one? Like,
That would
are we
count, or like just like
matching,
you,
like
yeah,
one's
yeah,
Jasmine, one's.
yeah.
See, that's so stupid.
You don't like it?
I mean, come on. It's Halloween. All right. If your girlfriend wants to be Jasmine, but you want to be the Crow, or you want to be Sting from
I'm a
WWE,
big fan of both of these.
then you should be able to be with that. You know, you want to be Jack the Sparrow or whatever his name is, or Schmeagle. You should be able to be
You got
that.
Smeagol, but you can't get Jack Sparrow right.
All right. I mean, come on. You shouldn't have to be whatever your girlfriend wants to be.
Now, here's the thing. I initially, when I thought about this, agree with your assessment that it is a girl-driven idea. Like this year,
It absolutely is.
Ashley and I are supposed to go to a Halloween party, and I believe the plan is, I don't want to say it out loud in case anybody says, but we're supposed to go as we're late, like couples costume. Like I'm going to be something and she's going to be something. Right?
What is that? Something and something. I got to know.
I'll tell you later. I don't want to give it away. I don't want anybody to steal it.
Oh,
That's the only
okay.
reason why. It's
Okay.
not embarrassing
Okay.
or anything. I just don't
Okay.
want anybody to take it.
All right.
But we're supposed to do it. And I'm like, whatever, I'll do it. But then I thought about it and I was like, because it's not my idea initially, it's hers. And I'm with you. I initially think it's a female driven thing. I got to tell you though, I have done three paired costumes where I was matching with someone else, all 3 times with my friends, with dudes, not the girls whatsoever. I was a Power Ranger once with a few friends.
That's awesome.
I dressed up as an angel once with my friend who dressed up as the devil.
Okay, that's a little weird.
It was awesome. And I'm blanking. My brother and I went as Flint Tropics once from Semi Pro.
Okay, now that's cool.
So
that's awesome.
I've done it 3 times, all 3 times with
2
fellas.
out of 3 ain't bad.
So I'm obviously not against it. But my initial,
But dude,
the thing is,
what
is
does she want to do? I mean, that's the thing is like, it depends what she wants to do. Like, if she's like, hey, I'm gonna be Jasmine, you're gonna be Aladdin. No,
the funny you mentioned that. The year I went as an angel it was my roommate. We went to a Halloween party. He dressed up as the devil. My girlfriend at that time went as Princess Jasmine.
Really?
But I'd already committed to dressing up with my roommate.
Hey,
So it was Princess Jasmine and an angel.
stay loyal. By the way, I've never been to a Halloween party in my life. I've never been invited to one.
So much fun.
That sucks.
Halloween's such a good holiday.
So then I find myself hanging out trying to give kids candy at night.
Yeah, don't do the park thing whatsoever. Like we don't need a redux of that and you getting arrested. Let me ask you this though, since you're against it or whatever, because it's a girl thing. If I asked you right now and I was like, let's go as, I don't even know what your favorite movie is. Let's just go as baseball players, whatever. We're gonna get the whole spiel. We're gonna get cleats, pants, whatever, jerseys, dead zombie baseball players. Would you be in?
No.
No, you're shaking your head. I thought I had you. So you're just not. You're against dressing as matching anyone.
I'm not gonna go freaking. No, this isn't for somebody to tell me what to wear. It's Halloween. I can do whatever I want.
Gotcha.
If I want to be half Jackie Robinson upstairs and then go as Michael Jackson, with the party in the bottoms, then that's what I'm gonna do. But don't tell me how
Jackie
to dress.
Jackson.
Jackie Jackson. That's gonna be my costume. It's Jackie Jackson.
All right. I won't tell you to do. I was just curious.
Michael Robinson.
Just curious if you wanted. We're gonna do that, but it's fine. It's fine. Ajay, you're filling in for McCall this morning, which gives me an opportunity to. Well, I wouldn't call you an unbiased judge. I feel like you definitely like to heap it on me whenever you find the chance to. But McCall's my work
I played
wife.
straight down the line.
No, you don't. McCall's my work wife. She's too close to this, so I got to ask you. I may have found myself in a smidgen of trouble on Friday.
Son of a gun.
The question is, am I going to meet with HR? Because I maintain that if you haven't figured out the way that I speak in this building yet, you're just deaf.
How much money do you need?
That's a good question, actually. If you're just offering, I'll take that. I'll take that into consideration.
We gotta make some buyouts here.
You know how sometimes you occasionally go to the right people for the right advice. Like you go to the people who you expect to give you the kind of response that you want.
They're very few and far between.
That's fair. AJ McCall at VFX. Ajay filling in with McCall out today. That's why I picked you, Ajay, because if you tell me that I am going to end up in an HR meeting, I can at least tell myself caveat-wise, well, Ajay likes to pick on me, so there's probably still some leeway here that he may be wrong.
Okay.
So Friday, one of our other employees in the building, Edson, was celebrating his 1-year anniversary being part of the building, and someone brought him some cake. So we're cutting the cake, and nobody wants to be, overindulgent because it's not for us. And he was nice enough to ask people if they wanted some. So as opposed to cutting, how you cut the pie wedges into cakes when you have some.
Okay.
People were cutting like thin lines, like thin pieces.
Okay.
Because I don't know about you, but I can only eat so much frosting.
Sure. Yeah, I'm with you.
So producer Butters went, McCall went, I went, and you know how sometimes when you're cutting, the knife it just finds a groove or whatever, and it runs its own way.
I'm not sure where we're going with this, but okay.
So I tried to cut a thin slice of cake, and I missed, and I cut like a paper slice of cake, like just a tiny, tiny piece.
Okay.
And my exact words were, man, that's a terrible effing cut. Those are my exact words.
Okay, hold on. When you say the second to the last part, the effing part, did you say effing or did you say the whole shebang?
Ajay, come on. You know me. You know which one I said.
AJ. Wait, were there any leadership in that room again?
Yes. So one of our bosses was in there.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And he
Great
said,
timing.
He said afterwards, "Oh, I think we need to have someone talk to AJ about his language." To which my response was like, "Nope, I've been here for almost 5 years. I've been this way the whole time." And producer Butters even said, like, yeah, he's besides just now being in the department head meetings, like this is how he's been.
As adorable as it is that producer Butters stuck up for you,
He did. Well, he just
probably the
kinda told
wrong
the truth. He wasn't
time
sticking up.
to use an explicative to talk about your range of emotion about cutting a small slice of cake.
It's called colorful language for a reason.
Okay,
it adds
well,
different
hold on. There's a
shades.
time and a place to. Tom Brady can use the F word when playing on the football field. You should not be using it when you're trying to cut a piece of cake.
That expressed the level of frustration I was at
You
myself.
can do it in I mean, maybe say it in your head. Maybe say it under your breath. Maybe don't say it at all.
Look, just to drive this home, I have no problem with my language.
Though I did get in trouble when I was asked to sub in as the receptionist at the front. And the first person that walked in, I simply just said, "Hi, welcome to Men's Warehouse. We have a sale on khakis." I got
funny.
in trouble for that. I got in trouble.
That's ridiculous. You got in trouble. That's hilarious.
Are you serious? I thought it was great.
I think it's funny.
The person got a thrill out of it, wanted to know what the sale on khakis was. I said tight pants for under $10.
That's a deal right there.
That is a deal.
I'm not interested, but it's a deal.
I'm never interested in tight pants, but I got in trouble for it. So maybe we're being a little bit too cautious. Maybe where there's too many rules. But you still can't say that, AJ.
I'm still gonna say that. Just to further drive this home, like obviously kids, right? Let me do parent solid. Kids, do not do it. I'm 32 years old. I've thrown my life away. I have the option to do it now.
My life. Listen to you give a speech.
I'm kidding. You shouldn't do it. But like, that's what's so ridiculous about this. Why I brought
There
you
is
on.
some kid in his car with his mom right now listening to this and being like,
There's a time and a place. I was among friends and coworkers. That's why I asked you.
you were among leadership in the building.
Okay, why did it take 4 years for him to be like, well, maybe we had to look into this?
Maybe because he's never heard you say
That
it.
is just flat out not. Look, okay,
Are you sure?
To further spike
That-
to further spike this point, we did a straw poll once upon a time. It
Oh,
was
jeez.
me, Kevin Tron 3000, AJ, producer Butters, McCall, and I want to say Sheldon, I think, was in the room.
Oh, I do remember
and
this.
The question was very simple.
Yes.
It was raise your hand if you feel like since you've spent more time with AJ, you curse more.
That's true.
Do you know how many people in the room raised their hand?
Yes.
Everybody, including me.
Yes. I may have now taken that language home and used it for video games, but I don't in front of my president be like, hey, what the bleep is bleepity bleep? Hey, bleepity bleep, are you bleepity ready for the bleepity show?
He knew how mad I was. There was no question about how upset I
Couldn't
was
have
about a
expressed it
terrible
by just
cut
throwing.
job.
I would have rather seen you throw the fork at the wall. I would have chucked the cake to the floor.
See, that's just unnatural acts of violence. Nobody wants that. We all chuckle at the funny word, then we're moved
There
on.
was a lady in the room. Do you use bad language around your girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay, that.
It's funny because she doesn't, and then
Yeah, and I
she
think
does,
she's a
and I give her
sweetheart of an
I give her
angel.
crap about it. and then she's
Ashley,
like,
on
"No."
behalf of AJ, I'm sorry. I've made him this way.
Yeah,
I guess.
that's just flat out
Too many
not true.
shows together.
That is just flat out not true. Hey, do you keep? We talked about coming up. We're gonna talk about like the weird stuff you keep on your desk because I noticed Ashley and I each have our different catch-alls and we keep these weird trinkets or stuff. But my question is, do you store weird things? Not like you keep garbage and you're like, I got to sort it out, or lucky trinkets or whatever like that. There's something that even you are like, this is probably a little bit weird and I have to explain it because my glove box is full of them. We're going to make AJ confess that he has some kind of weird thing that he stores or keeps a hold of, whatever it is.
Now, why would you do that?
AJ and McCall, because we're all weird here. We're just confiding in friends.
P is for personal.
AJ and McCall and VFX. AJ filling in when McCall out today. We kind of got into this Friday because I found out that you should save dryer lint if you're kind of into camping because it's a good fire starter. I had no idea.
Wait, what?
Dryer lint is a good fire starter. So if you find yourself as an outdoorsy type, it's probably smart to hang on to a little bit of it. He's in such disbelief, his brain was like, absolutely not.
No way. Okay, let's do it. Let's you and I go out to the fields right behind this building and get ourselves a little bit of a wiener roast going.
Shouldn't be very clear here. AJ was very unhappy about the language I use in the building, but he's like, possible fire damage. Let's do it. It is so dry out there.
It's not that dry. It's a little cold.
Look, if you want to do a science experiment, I'm
You
in.
get the graham crackers and the marshies, and I will get the fire roasting, my man.
So my question is, do you have something like that you store? Because apparently there are people that will store at least some dryer lint because they're going to use it when they go outdoors. For
No.
me, it's napkins. My dad, growing up, taught me, it's force of habit, you take napkins from fast food restaurants, whatever you don't use, you put them in your glove compartment. So then you can have them if you got to blow your nose, you got to check your oil, whatever reason.
That is
you
smart.
got
Even though
'em.
you don't know how to check your own oil, I bet. I mean, because you said you made it
I know how to
masculine.
change
It's
it.
about a scale of
I know how to
3,
check it.
maybe -3.
Do I check it? Probably not. Do I
Again,
know how
the
to?
masculinity coming out right there.
There's the dipstick and the.
Well, let's see here. Do I store anything in my glove? No, actually, I will keep pens like crazy. I will keep
Is it a
pens.
specific kind of pen or all pens?
No, they got to be specific. Like the crappy pens that you see laying around these days are just horrible. Okay, number 2 pens, horrible. If you get yourself a nice pen, keep it.
Oh,
Even if you steal it
absolutely.
from somebody, do it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Take the opportunity.
I like, if we're talking about stealing pens, Uniball pens are my favorite.
I'm
a clicky top
but
guy.
I don't collect them. But I will buy mints after gum and after honestly,
You just have it stashed everywhere.
yeah, in my car. So like when I have like a dry, mouth or whatever, I need just something to chew on. I'll Good.
What about Tupperware? So everybody has more than enough Tupperware. Excuse me. Everybody has more than enough containers, not nearly enough lids. Or maybe enough lids, not nearly enough
No,
containers.
I'm not even a Tupperware guy.
Not at all. You have wow. That is
No.
willpower I will never possess.
I either eat it all or I chuck it. I mean, I just one way or another. I ain't saving it for the next day.
So you're not a leftover person.
I'm not a Tupperware guy.
Oh,
I don't
gosh.
use it.
So despite the fact that
It's just more dishes.
ours is never organized and it's always the center of our dishes, when we get something like if you go to Panda Express and order something to go, a Panda Bowl will come in basically a little Tupperware dish.
Yeah.
Old Chicago, if you order stuff to go, they'll send it in these basic Tupperware dishes.
They're awesome.
Despite the fact that I do not need them, do we keep them? Yes, we do because
You
it's
do?
Tupperware. Yep. I've got plenty of old Chicago Tupperware
I mean,
in my
come
kitchen right now.
on.
I know.
You know what? This Christmas, I'm gonna go get you.
I don't need
a
more.
No, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna go buy you a brand new set of Tupperware, and you're gonna like it.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm gonna get you a card that says I was thinking about you this Christmas. Merry Christmas.
That's thoughtful of you. That's better than what anybody else has got me, which is nothing.
Okay, good. I'm gonna do it tomorrow then, so I can be the first one to get you one too.
Yes, that would be nice.
You're welcome.
Start early.
VFX's Facebook roulette. I wouldn't say it's my favorite day when McCall's not here, but I do automatically get the W, so that does feel good. Does put the challenge on me, though, to find something really, really good that's worthwhile. AJ filling in for McCall while she's out today. I landed my friend Patrick, who shared a tweet, says, my coworker just told me instead of coffee, she runs a mile in the morning to wake up, and not to be dramatic, but I think she's a serial killer.
That's a little dramatic, AJ.
You work out in the morning?
Sometimes when I have time. I have a bye week this week, so that kind of helps.
I did it. I do it in stretches. They're very short stretches. I've done it for like a week at a time every once in a while because I tell myself I'll just get up and do it, and then everything will be great. I don't have to worry about doing it later.
You can't though. Like, yeah, it's not that easy.
It's rough.
Again, but going back to the serial killer comment, it's a little bit dramatic though, don't you think?
Yeah, this is coming from someone who doesn't eat their chicken McNuggets with any sauce whatsoever.
Okay, yeah, and you know what? That's fine.
No.
The flavor of the chicken and the crust is just fine. You don't need to put sweet and sour and barbecue and zesty on it.
Hot mustard every day.
Okay, and by
That's
the way,
sauces.
mustard is mustard. There's no such thing as hot mustard.
Baloney! There's no such thing as
there's
hot
not.
mustard. Is it, what,
Mustard is mustard.
in your
You have-
world, does
have-
honey mustard not exist?
honey mustard, okay, and no one ever thinks that honey mustard is good on anything.
Yes, it's good on
No.
salads. It's good on chicken.
Honey mustard is good on salad?
Yes.
There are so many issues I have found out today about you. I don't know if I can step back in the same studio as you.
Speaking of serial killers, watch out for those rails, Ajay. They just need.
Okay.
that was.
You
mean.
know
I'm
what?
sorry.
You go to hell.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't swear on air. I hope my mom's not listening.
I'm sorry.
But you, oh yeah,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry. Oh,
I'm
mercy. I'm sorry. Forgive me for overstepping my boundaries. Or barriers, if you want to say it. Go
I
ahead.
did say it.
Overstepping
I
my
did
barrier.
say
You
it.
say it right now.
The AJ Knight, the McCall Taylor, AJ and McCall, all three of those
I
work
expect apologies.
on social media. I'm sorry.
I expect a sincere apology.
I'm sorry. That is very
That's
sincere.
better. That's better.
Find and add us across all social media. AJ and McCall, search for us anywhere podcasts are. Big thanks to Ajay for subbing in. Really appreciate it.
Never
Speaking of
doing it
getting up
again.
early. Burn that bridge. So till tomorrow for the AJ and McCall show. Don't do anything we would do. And thanks for listening to VFX.